Ishiboy Guru in the house, back with another bang on video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unbelievable news for you guys. But yes, we're going to talk about KSE, we're going to talk about Stan Kroenke, we are going to talk about, well, what is this all about? Because Arsenal are going to get a good amount of money from Stan Kroenke, and for that, they are talking more about it. So keep watching the video till the end because you have got here something important as an Arsenal fan to listen to. Number one, let's talk about Arsenal have announced that they will redeem their fixed rate bonds financed by a loan provided by KSE. What does that mean? How does it benefit Arsenal's transfer market business? Well, it's pretty much clear. KSE Sports have bought two bonds of debt from Arsenal. So what Arsenal owed to external lenders is now a KSE debt, and they will pay for it and not Arsenal. It's pretty much clear because this is great news for Arsenal because the losses will be significantly less for the club because it will be paid by Kroenke itself, and it will allow for more investment in the market. So you can understand the club can actually now sell players and use that whole of money into the transfer market to make themselves better. We'll talk about Mesut Ozil. Mesut Ozil is still determined to see out the final year of his contract and has no intention, yes, absolutely no intention of leaving at the end of this season. Ozil has told friends he will only consider moves to USA or Turkey after his contract expires, according to Charlie Wyatt. Well, talking about more things, Real Madrid and Barcelona are among the clubs interested in signing Arsenal's midfielder Matteo Guendouzi, frozen out of the team under Mikel Arteta. I've already mentioned about that in my previous video, and the questions have risen over Guendouzi's future in North London, with Manchester United named as a possible interested party earlier this month as well. But it looks like Arsenal would seek £30 million. While talking about it, Chelsea have reportedly been offered Arsenal legend Aaron Ramsey or Adrien Rabiot in exchange for Jorginho by Juventus. Former Blues boss Maurizio Sarri is believed to be ramping up his pursuit for his former Napoli and Stamford Bridge lieutenant, where it looks like Juventus side are currently in talks with Chelsea over a deal, and it states that the Serie A giants want to pay a transfer fee in installments due to the current financial crisis caused by the coronavirus. But due to the whole scenario, to sweeten the deal, they've added either the Welshman or the French midfielder as part of the package for Jorginho, so Chelsea could make the deal sanctioned. But moving on, Arsenal fans cannot believe, including me, that Burnley defender James Tarkowski escaped a red card for a dangerous challenge on Jared Bowen. Well, young Gunners forward Eddie Nketiah, we all know what happened, was given his marching orders for a similar offence during the draw with Leicester, but Tarkowski was only cautioned for his studs up challenge on Bowen. Well, referee Michael Olivier was convinced the 27-year-old only deserved a yellow card, but ex-Premier League referee Mark Halsey says James Tarkowski was a lucky boy not to be sent off for a studs-up challenge above Jared Bowen's left knee. That this happens only with Arsenal. I think it's a propaganda, probably too lenient on Arsenal. But moving on, well, talking about more things, Real Madrid are reportedly willing to listen to offers for Arsenal target Luka Jovic. The 22-year-old has endured a disappointing debut season at the Bernabeu, scoring just twice in 25 games across all competitions. He penned a 6-year deal with Los Blancos when he joined from Eintracht Frankfurt last summer, but it looks like Marca have suggested that Real are unconvinced about his long-term future and are ready to cut ties with £53 million forward. It has been speculated that Mikel Arteta earmarked Jovic as a possible replacement for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang at Arsenal. Well, I don't believe that, but let's see. Let's move on with the bigger news. We'll talk about Arsenal. They have already made a formal approach for French under-21 defender following his departure from OGC Nice. I'm talking about Malang Sarr. It's claimed that the Gunners are leading the race for the centre-back signature, but will face stiff and very sturdy competition from RB Leipzig. Sarr is available on a free transfer after letting his contract with Ligue 1 side Nice expire. The 21-year-old will now have a queue of clubs trying to sign him, with Arsenal believed to be leading the race. Sarr was a key figure for Nice this season, having started 16 league games. Well, talking about it, the Premier League clubs are edging towards a September 12th restart date for the next season, where it looks like that would put the League Cup under serious threat and the spell that the likely end of FA Cup replays as well. League chiefs have proposed 3 potential starting weekends for the 2020-2021 season, and that is August 22nd and 29th and the September date. September 5th is impossible because it falls in the middle of what will be the first international break since last November. League chiefs were keener on an early start for a season that must finish by May 16th because of the fixed requirement for a rest period before the delayed Euro 2020. But that would have opened the possibility of Manchester City, Manchester United and Wolves all missing the opening weekend if they are still involved in the rescheduled Champions and Europa League mini tournaments. Well, talking more about it, Arsenal have received most yellow cards, that is 74, and most red cards, that is 5 in the Premier League this season. Well, talking about it, Thierry Henry has taken a big swipe at Jose Mourinho before the North London derby, but I don't think so. Henry was the first one to start the whole this kind of conversation. It was Mourinho. So Henry said, "I saw the other day that Mourinho already started to have a go at Arsenal. That was pretty funny at the end of the day. I didn't think about it too much because I don't think about Tottenham, and I never did, so it won't change." Well, the king has spoken. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's never worry about Tottenham because they don't exist, do they? Well, moving on. Well, talking about more things right now, let's talk about that Arsenal have hit the woodwork 13 times this season. The joint fourth most in the division. If all the woodwork shots from all the sides in the Premier League were to go in, Arsenal would be 6th in the table and qualified already for the Europa League. Well, let's talk about Matteo Guendouzi. What is the problem with Matteo Guendouzi at the moment? It is believed that nobody can see that this one gets resolved. Guendouzi is a very stubborn young man. And so is Arteta. Not so young, but very much stubborn as well. I don't think Arsenal want to sell him, but they might have to sell him if they don't get that issue resolved. So it's a bigger issue. Let's see. Well, talking about it, Cedric Soares has opened up about the whole Arsenal situation. He says, Arsenal are in a process of evolution. They showed they trust me and they presented me with a very interesting project. The confidence of the club was shown through the contract, which made me very happy. Arsenal are a huge club with a great history, and that's why I was so excited to sign for the club. They have a very strong footballing philosophy, and so far the adaptation has been excellent. Great. I mean, you just want to hear that from a new signing, isn't it? Well, moving on. Well, talking about it, the FIFA has taken full operational control of VAR's World Football's governing body has informed all associations. So all of VAR full operationally will be under control of FIFA now. Ladies and gentlemen, Arsene Wenger has done it again. Well, the ex-boss will always be the boss. Well, moving on. Did you know these important things about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang? Fastest Arsenal player to 50 Premier League goals. 6th fastest in the Premier League history. Okay, you might know this, but 20 plus goals in 7 of the last 8 seasons. Yes, elite in the making, ladies and gentlemen. 20 plus league goals in each of the last 5 seasons. Do you know who are the other 3 who could do it? Number 1, Lionel Messi. Number 2, Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 3, Robert Lewandowski. So this is elite mentality. Never compare Aubameyang with Harry Kane ever again. Yeah, just highlight this important stat to your Tottenham friends. Only African to win golden boots in 2 major European leagues. This guy is a genius. Well, moving on. Whoever between Atletico Madrid and Juventus misses out on Milik will try to sign Lacazette. Although if Aubameyang were to leave, Lacazette would likely remain at Arsenal. Arsenal has given its agents a mandate to probe the market, just as they did with Lucas Torreira. Well, talking about it, the whole situation, well, all the centre-back situation, well, addressing the Gabriel Magalhaes, well, yes, it looks like there's a club, the Premier League side, who have reportedly outbid Everton for Lille centre-back Gabriel Magalhaes. Is a historically top 4 club. We don't know who that is. It could be Chelsea, but addressing the whole thing, one of the scouts actually tweeted out that I still haven't heard anything about it being Arsenal, so I assume that it is Chelsea possibly who have bid for him. We were extremely interested in him in recent months. Those who have been following him will know that he is one of Arteta's personal centre-back choice. But along with Pau Torres and Matvienko, only ways that it could be an Arsenal bid, that something has gone wrong with Upamecano, extending Mustafi, bringing in left centre-backs only this window, and Arsenal have agreed a huge sale. Owners have increased the budget. So these are the only reasons why we could go for Gabriel Magalhaes. But here's the biggest and fun fact. Arsenal will be wearing their 2020-2021 home kit against Watford on the final day of the league season. Wow. Did you know 18-year-old Bukayo Saka is 3 assists away from matching Samir Nasri's Premier League total for Arsenal? He's started just 18 games. Yes, 18 games and already matching Samir Nasri's record. This guy is a legend in the making. Well, moving on. Claude Puel has opened up about William Saliba. He says, we will tell you more tomorrow at 12:01 a.m. and he laughs about it. He says, I can't tell you anything. My wish is to have the most competitive team possible for the final. Well, talking about it, Steph Catley, who recently signed for Arsenal Women's, she actually spoke about it, and Arsenal Women actually tweeted this out, that this is my 97-year-old grandpa, George, born and raised in London, has been a lifelong Arsenal supporter. He makes this next move in my career so special. I love this. Love it. Well, moving on. Well, yes, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever. We've got one more. I'm sorry. Mikel Arteta at Arsenal, 22 matches, 10 clean sheets. Jose Mourinho at Tottenham, 30 matches, 5 clean sheets. Go tell this to Gary Neville. Well, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views and news and everything about Arsenal comes on this platform every single day, twice. Sit back, relax, and enjoy all the news that comes on this platform. I will see you in my next video. Until then, cheers, and don't forget to subscribe.